Hey friends, last week during a commissioner meeting, Commissioner Mike Hewitt said that if you're concerned about traffic up here in northern St. Mary's, you should give your state delegate a call. So I thought I'd take an opportunity to talk about some of the traffic stuff that we had going up here in St. Mary's and hopefully explain it. Let's take a walk. So I'm up here at the intersection of Route 5 and Route 6, and you'll notice that if you're commuting home from Charlotte Hall, the commute's probably gotten a little bit easier the last couple of weeks. And one reason is that this stoplight that we had going 2 lanes to La Plata, we just changed it about 2 weeks ago. So about 4 years ago, a couple of elected officials called up State Highway and complained about the safety conditions on the trail here. So instead of remarking the trail and putting up signage, they ended up changing these lanes to make one lane going towards La Plata, which completely jacked up this intersection. We just recently got State Highway to buy into changing and allowing to change back, sending 2 lanes to La Plata, which definitely relieved a lot of the traffic southbound on Route 5 here, especially in the evenings. Let's take a look over the trail. Hey friends, so now I'm over here on the trail, on Three Notch Trail. Here's the biking path, and State Highway just allowed for the developer to put in this curbing that made this area a good bit more safe and allowed us to change those lanes back on Route 5 and Route 6, 2 lanes to La Plata. Now, last year, the county commissioners of St. Mary's, they sent a letter to State Highway authorizing they wanted a overpass put here across the road, which I always thought was a little bit of a silly idea because so much of the path is used for the Amish community to travel up to northern St. Mary's. And last time I checked, horses didn't like overpasses. So that would have cost millions of dollars and would have probably taken years, but we ended up correcting it with this little bit of curbing here. So, and was paid for by the developer up the street. So win-win for the taxpayer and for the citizens driving. Let's jump in the car and take a quick ride. So I'm a little further north, up Route 5, right across from the new Chick-fil-A that they just built. And to me, this stoplight back here is the worst stoplight in all of Charlotte Hall. To me, you should never have a 4-way stoplight on only 3 roads. Unfortunately, this is what SHA let the developer get away with, and we're kind of stuck with it. So if it was world according to Matt and I had a magic wand, this stoplight wouldn't be here. But let me take you down the road and show you how it should be done. So I'm a little further south down Route 5 here at John Knight Drive, right across where they're building the new Sheetz. And SHA wanted to put a 4-way stop signal at this intersection as well. And we know how I feel about 4-way stop signals on 3-lane roads. But instead, we got them to buy in after literally about 2 years of arguing, putting in what they call a Maryland T. And this is just a way more expensive intersection. But to the developer's credit, he was willing to pay for it because he wanted the shopping center to be nice. So what it did was now keep traffic flowing in the southbound lane. Now we have a stop here going in northbound, but this stoplight is actually tied in with the next 2 stoplights going all the way up the Golden Beach Road to allow for signal timing. So hopefully this traffic will flow through here as soon as the intersection is completed. And it should be happening here in a couple weeks. So I'm a little further up here in Charlotte Hall, across from the new Weiss that they're building here. But Charlotte Hall's gone through a lot of development here in the last couple of years. So much of this is by coincidence, though. Buildings like this was actually scheduled to be completed in, believe it or not, 2013. And because of COVID and economic conditions, a lot of stuff was delayed. So I guess the point of this video is, look, the delegation, myself, we've been looking after the community, trying to provide some reasonable solutions for some of our traffic woes here. I think we've done a pretty good job of it. for what is being developed. So the good news is, with all this development in St. Mary's, is it's all commercial and out here on the roads, and it's not the townhouses and apartment buildings that I think ultimately change the community's culture. And really, we should be really weary against developing it here in the future. Now, I remember helping a lot of the county commissioners that are currently serving on this board get elected last election. They are currently redoing their comprehensive plan. It's called St. Mary's 2050. And I think every citizen should take a look at what's going in that plan and really hold the commissioners accountable for the result of that. They've hired some consultants out of North Carolina to figure this out. But look, residents, they don't want, no residents I talk to really want mass housing, high density housing coming in the north of St. Mary's, and I certainly don't want it as well. So hopefully you found this video informative. If you did, please smash the like button and give me a follow. I'll talk to you soon.